Hi guys, welcome back to Balls Fan TV, and today we're back with another video doing the match reaction to last night's 2-1 win against Waterford at Daily Mount Park. Look, it probably wasn't our best performance. We probably played better in games that we've lost this season, but look, the main thing was the 3 points and we got them. And yeah, look, it puts Europe right back in our hands, and the results going our way as well really helped. So yeah, look, it was a positive night all around. Look, I didn't think we started the game too well. Waterford were getting a bit of joy. They were getting forward, and they could have took the lead. They hit the post from Almond, and they had another chance where a good ball was put into the box, and I think there was a player at the far post that completely missed his shot. And yeah, we got away with it with a couple of things, and yeah, like I said, I didn't think we started the game too well, but look, we take the lead a half an hour in. Look, it's a very bizarre goal. One that was absolutely gifted to us. Moran, it's a kind of a lofted ball in. It takes a bit of deflection on the way in. McMullen, you think he's going to gather it, and it's going to be simple for him. But no, he lets it fall through his hands into the back of the net, and yeah, look, we're 1-0 up out of nowhere, and yeah, even though we weren't playing well, we absolutely, we took it, and we were happy, and we were hoping then that would start a bit of reaction, but that didn't really happen. Watford still, look quite tidy on the ball, and we're getting forward, and look, they get the equaliser on the stroke of half time. Park Almond with the goal, and just about manages to get over the line, and yeah, it's disappointing, but I think you'd have to say based on the chances that they had, they probably deserved the goal. We weren't really at it. We didn't really have any energy. We weren't really not getting forward or creating any chances. But yeah, I think we were probably lucky to even be going in at 1-1. But the second half then, we made a change. Brewley comes on for Connor Parsons, and I thought that sub was very well timed. We needed someone like Brewley to come on just to give us that extra bit of quality. And in the early stages of the second half, I thought we looked a lot better. We looked a lot more energetic. We were much more up for it. And then look, we get the goal to get us back in front. Archie Meagherson, it's a really nice finish on the turn, nice powerful finish, and we're back in front, and it's a great finish from Meagherson. We needed the goal because we were still, despite the fact that we came out in the second half a little bit better, we still weren't really creating anything, and it was good to get that goal. And yeah, it got a bit scrappy after that. Waterford took control, but didn't really create anything. And yeah, we had to grind it out. We haven't really done that in a while in games. We've in a lot of games that we've won this season. We haven't really had to grind it out. We haven't had to kind of defend and really protect the lead. But we did that really well last night. I felt we didn't really give Waterford anything. They had a chance late on. Almond had a header that we put it right at Casper. You probably could have done better with it, but thankfully it didn't result in a goal. And yeah, 2-1 was how it ended. And look, we said at the start of the video it wasn't a great performance. We kind of had to grind it out in the second half. We showed a little bit at the start of the second half. We showed a good response to a pretty lackluster first half, but the main thing was that we got the 3 points. And yeah, look, we're back in second. We're above Derry now on goal difference. And yeah, it puts it back in our hands, and that was the most important thing heading into this game. We could get the 3 points, and then hope that other results went our way, which they did. Shells and Derry drawing 1-1, Pats drawing with Galway. It puts us back in a good position. With 5 games to go now, to hopefully finish the job. There's some tough games to come. 3 out of the last 5 games are Dublin derbies. We've got to go to Tallinn next week, and then you've got to play Pats, and you've got to go to Galway. And obviously Drogheda then on the final day, and there are some tough games to come. And look, we probably will have to play better if we want to carry on winning. There is no doubt we'll have to play better. But on to some individual performances. I thought Archie Meagherson was really good. He was probably man of the match for me. I really like Meagherson. He's probably been a bit unlucky this season. He's had some injuries, but I think when he's played, I think he's been really good. Can play on the wing, can play in midfield. Technically a really good player, took his goal really well. Really happy for him. Dale Rooney was really good when he came on. He probably should have started, over Parsons, but when he came on, he injected that bit of quality. And yeah, all around really look, probably seeing better performances in games that we've lost this season, but a win was all that mattered and we got it, and Europe is still right in our hands now, and we can hopefully take this into the next 5 games now and finish the job off and get ourselves over the line. So yeah, that's where I'll end it. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you thought about the game, and I'll see you for the preview for the Rovers game during the week. Bye bye.